lovely people, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah Perry, Queen of Arts, and this is your insight, predictions and guidance for October 2023. Apologies for it being a little late this month, but it's just been really busy. I've been involved doing a lot of creating courses online and doing some new things for downloads, lots of exciting things, but it is quite time consuming, and but I'm sure you're going to be pleased with what comes from it. I hope for any of you who did take notice or were aware of the self-care 30-day Venus retrograde challenge, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did it, I'm going to be expanding on that with some of the courses that I'm doing. So if you would like private guidance or you want a consultation, please go to the website www.saraperry.me. There's a lot of info on personal life coaching packages and things like that, as well as monthly subscriptions for as little as $25 a month if you'd like something regular. So what is coming, or what is happening in October 2023? Now, for some reason, when I started doing this reading, I just saw August 2023 and I'm like, why am I getting August? But I feel like we're having a little bit of a reset, but we're going back to reboot a little bit from August. So consider what was going on in August, because I think it's going to be relevant for some situations in October. We have just been through a really important full moon, super moon in Aries, which was connected or linked to April time this year. So if there's something that you were doing at that time, maybe you were starting something, maybe you sowed some seeds, or you put something out there, or you started a project, you very well may be picking it up again around this month, or you may find some kind of completion with it. It may just be a better time. Now, I know for anybody that was living in hot countries over the summer, was probably unbearable. It was for me. So everything kind of slowed down and it was a little bit kind of haphazard. It was just a matter of just kind of keep going, just try and see the wood through the trees in whatever way you can, and just continue onwards and upwards, a little bite of the apple every day, because that was the only way forwards. But it was also to do with the retrogrades that were going on, and that was for the whole world. We had Venus retrograde, we went into Mercury retrograde, we've had Uranus retrograde, we've had Saturn, Pluto, you name it. The whole lot was at one point at the end of it was end of August, and I think around the 3rd of September time, we kind of were coming back to ourselves a little bit, but everything was retrograde except Mars. And thank goodness, because if Mars had been asleep as well, I think everyone would have just done themselves in their sleep or done something ridiculous, because there was a lot of frustration and a lot of neediness and a lot of this want of recognition from people, and you probably felt a bit ignored, some of you too. But now you should be feeling much more vibrant through this month and have a lot more energy. But it's really important that whatever you set out to do, so if you set out in March and April to do something like start a diet or look at how you feel about yourself and increasing your self-development awareness, and that you have you really went for it, because you will be getting the results now. That's the important thing. Okay, I know it's not the same for everyone, we're all individuals and no one's forcing everyone to do it, but all I'm saying is if you are feeling really kind of low right now, it could be because you're still avoiding something and you're not allowing your fears to come to the surface. Pluto wants us to invite the fear in, right? And sit the fear at our table and say, hey, do you want something to eat? Because I can share my meal with you, because I'm unafraid. I know when to call time and to send you packing, because this is my house, my life and my choices. But, maybe we just need to deal with something quickly and get a few things straight. So see your fear as finding some kind of balance, that you have to deal with it and face it head on so that you can be free and you can move on. And if you're in a relationship where things are really stagnant and you're wondering why things aren't moving forwards, and you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, they're not calling me, I'm alone, everything's gone wrong, I really want them back. Ask yourself, why have they gone? What was the real problem? And is sitting around waiting for the phone to ring or questioning, what they're doing really healthy for you? Is that a good thing for you? Is that going to help your well-being? No. Is that going to move you forwards? No. Is that going to release you from restriction? No, it's not. The only way forwards is to focus on yourself, the love for yourself, and move forwards one day at a time. But really, really allow yourself to feel. You know, if you want to feel angry, you want to feel sad, you want to feel happy, be that. And allow yourself just to let that emotion come out. Because that's the same as facing fear. Most people are afraid to let go because if they let go, that means they're saying goodbye and that someone can't come back in. But you can shut a door. You don't have to lock it. And even if you do lock it, someone can smash it down, right? So consider that if something's real love, then they probably want to stalk you, right? And if you push something away, it tends to want to come back in. And when you hold on to it, it's trying to break free. Look at all that way of seeing things if you're really kind of a bit stagnant right now and you don't know what to do. If you're feeling a bit in transit right now and it's all a bit still, just let it be for a few days. You will kind of come out of it. Some people are kind of, I feel, having a late reaction to where a vibration changed at the end of September. There was a specific one, I think it was a Saturday, and I really felt the shift, okay? And I know a few other people did because I spoke to them. But some people will be having a delayed reaction, and that might be why you might be feeling low and everyone else is running around happy. Now, expansion is key, and I do see that communication and expanding in your communication will help life move forwards much quicker in August. It's not a point of waiting for someone to call necessarily unless it's about being patient because there isn't anything you can do. I mean, I don't think hounding people is great. But if you've got a question and you're wondering why someone's gone quiet on you, then ask them. You don't need to ask a psychic. You don't need to ask your friends. Ask the person. Spirit wants you to kind of go straight in there. Again, it's about facing your fear and knowing that you have the right to ask and the person has the right to answer in any way they like. If they want to say everything's fine and then ignore you and walk away and never talk to you again, then that's their choice, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's your fault. We all have responsibility for ourselves, and this is where we're being pushed to really value who we are, good, bad, whatever, you know, that we value ourselves as a person. If you talk too much, value that you have the ability to speak, right? Value that you might be loud and proud and alive, and other people may not like it. Fine, that's their choice. They can stay away. Be happy if you want to be still and quiet and that you don't have to be part of a massive group or a clique. That's okay too. That creates, that's independence. Start looking at things with a different perspective and let go of what other people think, because I feel that that's one of the issues right now. There's too much connection with politics, with things on TV, social media. We're getting too influenced by it. Take a day away from it if you can, and don't listen to what so-and-so said or what has been said or whether that's good or bad. Really take on the challenge yourself and see for yourself. Okay? Not everything in the news is the truth. There isn't always a conspiracy going on, all right? But we are being pushed really to trust ourselves and out and find our own light and love and joy and do things that harmonise our lives. Not allow something else to make that happen. We don't need confirmation of that. And this is the thing that everyone's been fighting for. So, during COVID was the whole, oh my God, I'm not free. I'm having to do this. Everyone's having a go at me. Oh my God, the world's going to fall apart because of this political thing. You can still be happy in yourself. There's still space in your little world, in your own home possibly, that you can find a happy space where the TV's off. If you didn't have a TV, you wouldn't hear it. If you didn't have a newspaper, you wouldn't know about it. If you didn't have social media, you wouldn't know. You'd probably just be quite happy in your own little world. And you just deal with things as they come. So take all that away for a little while. Strip everything away and just focus on what's important. There is real emotional value to be had this month. And I do see rewards coming from upping your game, a real positive time. Some females may feel a bit detached. And I'm saying that because I feel more females may be stepping back than normal, more than the males. I feel like the men are stepping forwards or stepping up. There is positivity in connecting with your spiritual self this month. I feel a lot of rewards coming, a lot of insight, a lot of good energy. Start looking at New Year's resolutions now. Spirit is saying, consider researching or learning something now so that in the new year you can use it practically. All right. So if you've got time and energy and you're waiting for the phone to ring, start looking at something productive. Use the time and energy. They're saying whatever you're learning now will come to fruition in the new year. Or even Christmas time. It's around that festive period. It's like, even if you spend a quiet Christmas researching and that, I feel like you can prepare yourself well for the next year. And I feel there's something that people can really, really increase their income as well right now. This is a good productive time to be thinking about that side of things so that you can start the new year in a really, really positive way. So really focus on diet, health, well-being, all of that right now, and take the next 3 months to really get yourself ready for something new to start in the new year. Whether it's you're going to start a new course and you're preparing yourself for a new course, maybe you're getting yourself ready to do some kind of, you're going to launch something, so you're preparing for a launch, you're working on researching it, maybe you're studying so you can get a new job for the new year, maybe you're selling everything so you can move in the new year. I feel like this is really, really important 3 months right now, and you can get an awful lot done. But it needs to be done in a relaxed way and a caring way. I do see a lot of value from family and support coming, and unexpected gifts coming this month where you wouldn't have seen. People stepping up their game where they haven't before, and some people kind of disappearing. This is a time to save, okay? So this isn't a time to be splurging or buying stupid things. If you want something really good for next year, then really start considering, building up a savings process for next year. Spirit is saying to be the swan, stand in your swanhood, okay, and be confident that you have got it right, that you do know what's right for you. Because Spirit is saying that we all have everything we need to move forwards. We all have everything we need that is necessary to have the best of what we have in the moment, okay? We are equipped, all of us individually. And obviously the best for everyone is different. But you can feel the best. You can step into that energy if you want. There is definitely fulfillment and healing happening in some cases, and I do feel the end of some research and a feeling of letting the breath out and go, oh, it's finally done. Just let go of the burdens by doing things in a creative way, and then you will start seeing much, much more clearly, and you will start seeing new directions and better ones with much better value and more loyalty. Somebody may return. I feel there's a lot of coming and going, but unexpected decisions to return home, unexpected decisions for love to come back in. I'm feeling particularly links with working relations, sudden changes with relationships, but ones that will create more positivity because people are starting to see things much more clearly. They're seeing people's intentions more clearly. They're starting to realise what they want as well. Jupiter's retrograde at the moment, so it's about inner expansion. So we are still working with that right up until the new year. Lots of different things, everything's gone backwards so we can come forwards. Be patient. You will be the cat that got the cream. If you put the energy in, if you've looked at yourself, and if you've worked through doubts and disillusionments, you will find the balance, okay? Wishes are going to be granted this month. And around the 3rd of the month, there will be a major change in the world. And I'm just seeing a lot of gifts coming, a lot of sharing of gifts. Maybe it's a repayment of VAT, or it is some winning on the pools, millions being won all over the place. It feels like suddenly 5 or 6 big winners come in unexpectedly. There will be connections with people that suddenly find their soul calling, their soul mates, and it'll be like 2 peas in a pod, and people will feel more secure and more in the better tribe. So there's going to be some massive agreement from up the top. I'm seeing a world leader banging, is saying, it's done, it's fixed, it's committed, it's an okay, that's what I'm getting. Or it's a court of law where suddenly a decision is made and something becomes final and it cannot continue anymore. There will be issues with cars around this time. People will have issues with old things that have to go. Also mechanics, not just cars, mechanics, And this is kind of a Mercury retrograde thing, but it's not. It's on a different scale. It's about letting go. It's not about buying something new. It's about standing alone. It's about trying something different. So if your car changes, it might be a sign that, you lose your car, it doesn't work. It could be a sign that, it's time to start you exercising more and using a bike, or finding a different way to work because you'll meet the love of your life on the train. Or, it's happening for a reason. Spirit wants you to know that some of these big changes are happening to get you where you want to be. And if you've been really manifesting and putting stuff out there, it's likely that it could come to pass this month. The 17th and the 23rd will be really, really auspicious dates. Keep on your guard because there's some big changes coming. And I feel this is to do with the ozone or the weather. This could be to do with freak storms coming. I'm getting something in Florida and a big wave around in that area. A giant wave looming up with nobody sees. It's going to wash out something completely, and there will be no way to rebuild it. I'm seeing sharing out, and this is to do with the prison system. There's something to do with sharing. I don't think sharing sells or anything, but it's sharing out money or sharing out of resources, new things coming to light which are going to help people who can rehabilitate for things that are minor crimes instead of, I know that already happens, but this is done on a new level. I keep seeing the colour green, and it's about doing things in a more green way. And although people are imprisoned for doing something wrong, for some minor things, it's about just restriction rather than taking away well-being. It's about helping the well-being more. I feel there's more of this, or there's some kind of, it's like a green heart I'm seeing, and some kind of logo that's coming in, and more people coming in to kind of change things up. And it's not to make something a holiday, and I'm not talking about really big, awful things, terrible crimes. It's not like that. This is a kind of, it's almost like a waiting area, and I'm wondering whether it's to do with parole or just before people are freed, but it's a kind of a different way forwards, and it may not actually be a kind of prison system, but it just seems a different way forwards. I'm seeing numbers changing on the for shares going up and down, and there's something spinning and it going out of control and some system breakdown. It's near the end of the month, and there's a big fear that some shares are going to drop. There's a male who will explain things better. I feel this is a royal who's going to take a stand and speak, or make some kind of public speech or declaration, or speak out to a crowd. And it's important. It's putting minds at rest. It's putting things at rest. It's putting something to rest. I feel like they've been a little bit quiet lately, so it's about time that was coming back. But I'm also hearing loud sounds, things going off, loud bangs everywhere. And I feel the things that have happened, we've had the disasters in Turkey, Ukraine, just recently. Sorry, I have the menopause and my brain goes into fog sometimes, so I can't remember names or words. It is just weird. But I just feel there's something else coming. I've got K, the letter K, Kuwait. I'm getting something around that area. Something, it seems to be something going off, which is unexplained. But it means restarting. But it also is going to bring back a collaboration of people, or bringing something back together. It's like the universe is going boop, 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 like all these little minds going off. explosions, kind of, these loud bangs I'm hearing, and it's just like all these upsets or disruptions. It's happening all over the place. And if you were to look in every different town, every vicinity, you would see small things erupting which aren't even noticeable because we're missing them, or they're only on the local news, so you're not seeing it worldwide. But if you were to actually pinpoint them on a map, you'd see a pattern, and you'd just see it coming up, and it's just like like popping, like this popping sound. And one thing is connecting to another, and there seems to be some big pattern, and it's like something has been started and it can't be stopped until it's recognised. And I feel like it will be, something is going to be seen, and it's like I just see the taps turning off and saying, right, enough is enough, and somehow things come back together. But it is up to us, folks, it's up to us to kind of live our happy being and happy life, and be the best that we can for ourselves, and really trust and honour our well-being, because that way we will get the best from life, and we will have a knock-on effect with other people, and it will just continue, and the happiness will rise, and the light will become so much more light. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope this has been useful. If you'd like a private reading, please do get in touch with me. My website is www.saraperry.me, and check in, subscribe if you want some info on courses or one-to-one life coaching. I'd be happy to connect with you. Take care for now. Have a great October. Bye for now.